everyone, and welcome to our virtual violin lesson. So, when we're playing the violin, one of the most important things is our bow control. And that's why we're going to start this lesson by practicing our bow exercises. So you've done these a couple times before, and you guys probably remember them. But we want to take our bow, and the first thing we want to do is we check that it's tightened the right amount. So we check that the hair is a little bit away from the stick, but the stick isn't bending outwards. It's still got this nice bend in it. And then we want to get our perfect violin bow hand. So we take our rabbit and we put our thumb just under the dent there. We close the mouth of the rabbit and then we place our fingers down. Now the first exercise we're going to be doing is called windshield wipers. So that's when we're going back and forth with our bow. And what I want you to think about during this exercise is you want to be moving from your wrist. So you want to see that your arm is just twisting back and forth with your bow. And you want to keep your bow moving as smoothly as possible. So it's a nice big windshield wiper. So we're all going to do that together now. And be careful, make sure you've got room beside you so you don't run into your partner. And I want you all to make that bow hold. And when you're ready, we can start our windshield wipers. So let's try and do 10 windshield wipers back and forth. So we can go 1, and then 2, and then 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. And that's our windshield wipers, and we want to make sure we're always practicing the windshield wipers and our other bow practices so that we get a nice strong bow hand. So our next exercise is going to be up and down. So you can say up like a rocket, down like the rain. And what we're doing is we're bringing our bow up towards the ceiling and then down towards the floor. And what I want you to think about during this exercise is, again, you're going to be moving in your wrist and your elbow. So when your bow goes up, your elbow is going up, and your wrist is going to straighten out. It's going to have this upward bend like this. When you're going down, your elbow moves down, and your wrist is going to have this downward bend, just like that. So you can do it in front of you, but you should see that your wrist has that upward bend and that downward bend, and our bow is traveling as straight as possible. So we can try doing 10 of those together now. So everyone get your bow hand. Make sure you've got that rabbit with its mouth closed, and just like that. We can start here and we can go up and down. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And that is our bow hold practice. And we can always modify those too and pretend like we're playing our violin. It'll be right here. And we can do that this way. So you can see how that is a good practice for moving your bow on the strings. And when we're playing on the strings, we also want to make sure that we're seeing that change in the bend of our wrists. You can see how my wrist bends down, and then it bends up, and down, and up. And we always want to move our bow as straight as possible against the strings. So that concludes our bow hold exercises. We want to be making sure we're doing those at the beginning of every lesson to get that nice strong bow hold. And now let's move on to learning a new song.